Hello everybody, this is Matador from freetradingvideos.com. It's February 27th, 2009. Happy Friday. Interesting news driving the markets around. Citigroup this morning from yesterday gave up about 50% of its value on the news that in exchange for $25 billion in emergency bailout money, it was going to give over a 36% equity stake in a struggling bank to the government. So taxpayers don't really like that. It's just a bit of a mess here. So also, the economy is shrinking at the fastest pace in 26 years. I'm just going through some of these news items, and Yahoo Finance is a great place to go. I could go on and on. Sony is looking to get a new CEO in there. It's going to go through and clean house a little bit, it looks like. Wells Fargo suspends bonuses for top executives. Oil's below $43. Ending a two-day rise on a weak economy, so they're having trouble in a weak economy, just kind of pointing to an overall global demand drop. Pilgrim's Pride is going to shut down 3 plants, cut 3,000 jobs. It's just kind of on and on and on. So what's interesting, though, is what's happening to a lot of the other stocks after this sell-off. So there's another thing that happened, of course, all the economic calendars. So the GDP came out at 8:30, chain deflator at 8:30. So if you look at 8:30, let's go to the S&P 500. There's that bar. So right there, right pre 8:30, that thing just ate it. So pretty much basing sideways for a while. Big sell-off before that announcement came out. Kind of got priced in early. There's 8:30 on the dime, right in here. And it started working its way back out of this. So Michigan sentiment came out, Chicago PMI came out 945. So there's a lot of news, economic and otherwise, driving the markets around. And plus it's Friday, so people are not that maybe thinking about trading right now. Also, the broad markets are mixed with as far as their internals. So here's the trend, New York Stock Exchange. Reading, so 1.57 after a big gap down this morning with a good volume. You can see that it has come back a little bit to the more bullish side, but it's not even below 1. And then if you look at the difference between the trend now and the trend Q for the NASDAQ is below 1. All right, so now the divergence is just the exact opposite of what we were seeing the other day, where the trend Q was high and the trend itself was low. The VIX, however, has been dropping since that big gap up, big gap down in the markets. Conversely, this guy is bleeding out a little bit, so that's a positive for the markets. The put-call ratio, it's kind of hard to see that with one blip up there. I'll zoom in, 0.9297. So that's actually a little bit bearish. 0.8 is what I would consider neutral. Other people would as well. That's where I got the number from. So it's interesting to watch this rise. All right, so there's a big kind of a mess here. There's a difference in the trend readings. The VIX is showing something positive. The put-call ratio is showing something negative. And it's not maybe the best time for a lot of people to put their bets on the table. So again, intraday, you can see these machinations. So getting rid of the pre- and post-market data, what everybody else sees as a gap down, that gap is filling. We're now sort of putting in a little bit of a flag here on the declining 100 MA. Again, this is a 3-minute chart. We can zoom out a little bit. There's the same gap we just saw. And that's running back up in to fill that gap after having tested that 74, which is sort of the same thing as looking at the S&P index of 740. That's a big number. If you go out to a daily chart, that's that number. A lot of people are watching that right now, and it got tested this morning. So drop a line in there. Watch that like a hawk. Other people will be as well. And we'll see what happens. Again, it's Friday. Not a lot of people are going to want to hold things overnight or get into new positions over a 3-day or 2-day weekend. And there's a lot of time between open and close of those markets. So sometimes staying out of the market, discretion the better part of valor. So anyway, I hope this helps a little bit. Again, watch out for those market internals. They're not matching. Wait till they get back in line. Look for relative strength and weakness stocks, and trade smart. I'm proud of everybody. Have a great weekend, and I love your comments. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.